Okay, so I'm going to make a quick vid this morning so that somebody asked to see how we made the Guanli firewall. So we're going to take a look here. Now this airplane was damaged in a crash, and so I can kind of show you. There's a seam line here. If we look in the light, you can see this line right here. And I took an X-Acto knife and cut along that. Now you don't have to tape it up like I did. We just did that so we could paint it. Because you can see it's the original color was this green, but I wanted to paint it black. So anyway, we cut along that seam line, and the cowl, if you look here, this cowl is naturally split in half right here and right there, and you can't really see it. You can kind of see the line, but you can't really see it because of the tape. But originally you'd see this cowl line. So what you do is you cut all the way around in a half circle, and this whole half circle comes off. Then you have access in here to the plywood, and you can see here, and I'm going to kind of move this a little bit so we can look into the light. I'm hoping this is in focus because we're pretty close here. You can see this is the firewall. You've got two pieces of foam here and here, and then there's like a recess where I stuck that plywood in there. You see how it's recessed down in there? This hole is the original place where you'd stick the original motor mount. And then you can see my tie wraps are right there. So I've drilled some holes there. This big hole in the center is where the motor went, and those four little holes are where the screws went. And then I drilled this triangle out, or cut this triangle out, so that I could feed the wires of the motor back into the body of the plane where the ESC is. I cut all of this outside of the plane, so I made a piece that would fit down in there. I got it to fit, and then I did all my drilling and cutting and everything outside of the airplane. Then I put it back in. I took a screwdriver, a long shaft screwdriver, pushed it through this hole, and pushed it all the way back into the engine compartment. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, or into the battery compartment. And we'll take this bad boy off. So you can see here is the battery compartment, and you can see the other end of the tie wraps here. See those? So the tie wraps come from the front of the airplane. They travel through the body back into the cabin, and they hook across the balsa. That way, if you crash if the airplane comes in and crashes down, and you can see on the other one, this is the Guanli that's still flying. If you can crash it down, if this hits the ground or pulls, it's not going to be able to break loose from that. The wood's not going to be able to break loose. A couple times we did it early on, and the wood would break loose from the inside of the airplane because I did not have those tie wraps going back to the battery compartment. So if you put those tie wraps back, it'll hold that in. So even if you wreck kind of hard, it'll still hold the propeller and everything in place, and it won't break the firewall out. So that's how we did ours.